So tell us more about this family that you said Ellis turned up and he had marks on his arms. What was actually happening at night? I mean, abduction, we read about it, but in these cases where you've worked with a family, what were they actually experiencing?
Well, Ellis was actually more concerned for his partner, who was absolutely freaked out. He was aware he's been taken up on spacecraft. He was aware, I mean, shaved areas. He'd wake up with shaved areas on his body as well. Wow. But his partner was particularly freaked out. I remember her telling me that she had recall of when they picked her up, of going through the walls, and through her neighbour's walls, she could tell you what was in their bedroom as she was going up to the craft. She could actually describe what was in their house because she'd seen it in her encounter up onto the spacecraft. The main thing I think most people initially want is just somebody to listen to them, to believe that this is their reality and experience, whether or not, you know, it's not yours. It doesn't matter. They just want to be believed, because that's the hardest thing of all, is trying to say, well, if this is not real, am I crazy? Or if it is real, what the hell do I do? You know, how do I deal with this? Because the biggest problem is when they talk about it, most people don't want to hear it. Or if they do hear it, they don't want to hear too much about it because it's confronting. It scares them. So this is what so many, I believe, millions of people are faced with, is that dual reality, the 3D reality we all have, but this other reality where they are aware they go onto spacecraft, they're aware of a whole range of things that may happen. Some of them are very conscious of it, and there are others that just have missing gaps in their memory or whatever. For example, many one of the things they'll remember is maybe having missing time, and hypnosis is really great for that, because if they say they've gone on a journey to see Aunt Joan and it should take half an hour, they've gone 3 hours to get to Aunt Joan. What happened? And sometimes they'll say, well, I saw some lights, and then nothing, and all of a sudden I'm there at Aunt Jane. She's saying, why have you taken so long to come? You know, you should have been here 2 hours ago or whatever. That's a classic one, is the missing time one. The other one is seeing some bright lights and then having no memory, and they're looking and they think just a few minutes has gone and 5 hours has gone or 6 hours have gone or whatever. Those are very tangible things that occur. But you've also got people that wake up the next day where the pajamas are under the bed or in the cupboard and they don't remember taking them out, or they find themselves outside with all the doors locked and don't know how the hell they got outside, but they've been put back outside, literally. And that's not so funny. One gentleman told me in England, he says, that's not so funny in the middle of night in England because it's bloody freezing, you know. So that's how real it is. You know, this isn't just airy-fairy for a lot of them. There is real tangible things, physical things, where they can be missing from their beds for a length of time and then find out later that this has been an encounter.